In this video we are going to see how to bypass GCP Cloud Armour WAF by a very simple payload. So let's jump in. We have our Cloud Armour WAF ready, and you can see we have enabled couple of rules like LFI, LFIRC, SQLI, XSS. So in the later video I'll explain what these rule means and what we need to do in terms of actions and the description and everything else. For now let's stick to the bypass. So in the next tab we have the load balancer. So this is the front end IP by which we are trying to access our vulnerable web application. So we have our DVWA ready. Now let's log in with the default credentials of admin password. So we are logged in. Now let's try to directly go to our functionality. So here this is the command injection vulnerability we are testing, and the functionality says ping a device. So let's try to ping a device. Let's do a quick ping on 8.8.8.8. Let's see what happens. It's successful. It says 56 bytes of data, 4 packets transmitted. So now let's try to do a basic testing, and then we will basically perform a bypass. I'll show you how to do a bypass. So this time we'll use another IP. Let's do 4.4.4. Let's see what happens. I have submitted. It's taking too much time because it might be a non-existent IP. That might be a reason. Yeah, like 100% packet loss. Now let's try to ping the same IP again, but with the we will try to do a cat etc password file. We can use any file. We can use the host file also, or any file which we want to access. So this is basically a command injection vulnerability which we are testing, where by putting a semicolon we can run multiple commands, and here we are trying to cat a password file. So let's try to get the password file from the Linux based system. Let's hit a submit. Okay, it's 403 forbidden. That means our WAF is working fine. Now let's try to bypass it. So for bypassing I'll try to inject %20 in between. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's still forbidden. Now let's try to inject a null character. Okay, it is still forbidden. Now let's try to hit the bypass payload directly. So when I am injecting a question mark and sending the request, let's hit the submit button and see what happens. Okay, now it is taking time again. Let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, this time it didn't work. Let's try to hit it once more, maybe this time with 8.8.8.8. Okay, this time this is successful, and you can see it sent me all the data back from the password file. Now let's try to do it for another file, maybe a shadow file, and let's see whether we can get that file as well. So first try the default command. It's forbidden for sure because our GCP Cloud Armour WAF is working. Now let's try to do a question mark here, and let's wait. Let's see what happens. It's taking time again, and this time there is no response, maybe because of the permission. So the question mark which we are entering doesn't mean we need to enter in the last. We can enter it anywhere. This is a wildcard, so it means PAS question mark WD. I'll show you in the later video what this means, but for now let's try to hit it again. Let me show you. It is taking too much time. Meanwhile I'll copy the payload. Yeah, it's successful. Let's try to do that with another file. Let's try to grab host file this time, and I'll hit the submit button. Okay, it's 4034 button. Now let's hit a question mark here and let's submit it again. This is taking too much time, that means our payload is working. And here you can see this is a clear GCP WAF bypass. We are able to bypass the Cloud Armour WAF successfully, and you can see we are able to grab the data from the file using the command injection vulnerability.